You all know I'm a book girly through and through, but I also love TV series, K-dramas, and obviously anime. I wouldn't call myself the most seasoned connoisseur when it comes to anime, but I've watched a few and I just wanted to yap about them. So today we are tier ranking every single anime I've watched that I can think of because I'm pretty sure I am missing a few. We have 5 categories, and the first one is injected into my veins, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's basically the anime that I want my brain to be washed for. Like, I just want my memories wiped away so I can rewatch it for the first time. The next one is rewatch in session, and this tier is for those anime that I love, but they're just not there at the very top, like the God tier. I'm just always down for a rewatch. Next we have just a simple worth it. Like, yeah, I liked the series, I'm not crazy about it, I don't think I'll rewatch it, but still, it wasn't a waste of time. The next category is, I like the idea, but the execution could have been better, in the sense that I'm basically falling asleep, waiting for something to happen. It's not really anime jail, which is the last one. And I don't know what to explain here. These are the ones that I really regret watching, or they just don't do anything for me. These here are all the anime I can remember that I've watched. As I said, I'm pretty sure I'm missing quite a few. But I just want to start by saying I haven't watched the entirety of every single anime on this list. For some of them, I've just watched 1 season or 2 seasons. And I will not judge the whole entire series. I will only judge what I've watched from it. And I'll put on the screen how many seasons I've watched whenever one comes up. But just be aware of the fact that I'm not judging what I haven't watched, okay? So only the seasons that I've watched. Let's just start with a very anime that has changed my life. And that is Naruto. Girl, if you haven't watched Naruto, this is the time to start. I am very jealous of you. But you know, it's your time to shine, girl. Go watch it. This is set in a world where we have ninjas, we have hidden villages, and there is quite a lot of politics going on, and we have Naruto, which is this, I think we started 11-year-old boy that is attending a school for ninjas. But everyone hates him, kids, parents, they just all avoid him. He doesn't know why, but we do. Once the series starts, oh, no, we don't know why. Oh, I shouldn't tell you why. Okay, we don't tell you why. We won't tell you why. The thing is, this is the most heartwarming anime I have ever watched. I literally feel like the characters in this anime are my friends, okay? I have a crush on Itachi. I have him here with me at all times. Where is he? Like, this is not really the Itachi from the series, but you get what I mean. Naruto is like my little brother. I just cannot express how fond I am of this anime. I've watched it. It has, I think it gets to 1,000 episodes or 800 episodes. We have Naruto, the first 100 episodes, and then you have Naruto Shippuden, which is the rest of the series once they get older. Just trust me on this. Go through it, stick to it, and you are going to be rewarded. I think I watched this about 3 times, and the first 100 episodes about 5 times. This is definitely an injected into my veins. Oh my god, I love it so much. Next we have Tokyo Ghoul, which there are 3 seasons. I've watched the first 2 seasons and I loved it so damn much. Tokyo Ghoul follows this guy Kaneki. He is a college student. He's a normal boy up until he finds himself in a situation, I'm just gonna say that turns him into a half ghoul. A ghoul? I think ghoul. Ghouls are these creatures that eat human flesh. I love the intro of this anime and the graphics as well. They were pretty good for that time. Kaneki is kind of torn between his morals and his instinct as a half ghoul. If you listen to Chase Atlantic, one of their songs is inspired from this anime. I feel like this is an injected into my veins, but only the first 2 seasons, because the 3rd season, I only started it and I didn't really stick to it. Maybe I can give it a second chance. I haven't rewatched this yet. I just think I'm gonna rewatch it, and I might also buy the manga. Also, Tokyo Ghoul is a dark fantasy anime if you like knowing the genres. And Naruto is shonen. And shonen literally means for young boys, and I do consider myself a young boy. The next one is Kaguri, which is a little bit different. It's about gambling. It's set in an elite school where social status is based on how well they gamble. We have Yumeko that doesn't bet for the money, but for the thrill of it. I feel like it is a little bit dark. It's a psychological thriller. If you know this meme here, that's from Kaguri. This is in the worth it category. I had fun watching it, but I wouldn't say it left a very heavy impression on me. I liked it and I do recommend it if you feel like the setting is something you'd like to watch. The next one is a recommendation from you guys, and that's the Apothecary Diaries. I'm not sure, I think we've watched the first 2 seasons. We've definitely watched season 1 and part of season 2. Now, I enjoyed the series so damn much. It's a historical mystery set in an imperial palace that's been inspired from ancient China. The main character is Mao Mao, and she is very well knowledged in poisons and medicine. That's a very interesting fact for me. I just loved watching her figure out how to save someone, or, you know, she basically needs to uncover some mysteries. And she's been kidnapped from her family when she was younger and forced to work at the palace. We also have some romance sprinkled there. It was really giggly, but I don't want to say anything. You're just gonna have to watch it. I think this is a rewatch in session, even though I haven't finished it. Sometimes life just gets in the way and you stop watching a series even though you liked it a lot. It was such a sweet but also intriguing anime. Sword Art Online has a special place in my heart. It is a sci-fi fantasy anime, and it is about players that get trapped in a virtual reality game. And if they die in the game, they also die in real life. And for them to escape and return to real life, they need to go through all the 100 levels of the game. The main character is Kirito, and he finds himself a girl. And we have some really heartwarming romantic interactions, let's say. I wouldn't say this is very romance heavy, but it is very sweet. And I feel like this is, it's an injected into my veins. Even though I did try to rewatch it and it didn't hit the same, I just have this fond memory of it, and it is an injected into my veins. But I feel like if you're starting to watch it now, you might need to wait a little bit to ease into it. I've started season 3 of Sword Art Online after a long time, and I didn't really manage to get into it. But still, like, the first 2 seasons were absolutely perfect. Death Note is such a unique anime. It is about this guy that finds a notebook called Death Note and realizes that whenever he writes a name in that notebook, that person dies. He decides to make the world a better place, so he writes down the names of criminals. Now the thing is, this sparks the curiosity or attention of a genius detective. And there is a conflict there. We're just gonna leave it at that. The vibe is very eerie in a way. It's a psychological thriller. And I enjoyed this so damn much. I need a rewatch. I'd say, oh my god, I want to put them injected into my veins. No, I'm sorry, but it was really, really good. It's injected into my veins, but still, throughout the 4 ones, Naruto is the top one. We have a little bit of a switch in genres. This is a rom-com. Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro is quite funny, but also a little bit awkward. We have Nagatoro, who is this really high energy girl that likes to tease her classmate. And her classmate is very shy. And she literally teases him all day long. He kind of likes it, but the dynamics are a little bit weird, and at some point you're like, oh my god, Nagatoro, why are you so mean? But then she's also sweet sometimes. Anyhow, I enjoyed the series. At some point, I got a little bit bored. I was like, okay, I need some development at some point. But I'd definitely say this is worth it. I think we watched almost the entire series. At some point, we were like, okay, I got the point. There's no development. But up until then, I really enjoyed it. I bet you've heard about Attack on Titan. I mean, everyone knows this anime, and for good reason. It is a very unique one. It's a dark fantasy action, I suppose. And it's set in a world where humans have to live between really high tall walls because they're afraid of supposed titans, which are these giants that basically eat humans. Eren Yeager is the main character, and his hometown gets attacked by titans, and he just swears that he's gonna kill all of them and enrolls in this school to become titan killers. I really don't know how they're called, I'm sorry. Oh my god, is this packed full of plot twists. It's like crazy the amount of things you find out, and you don't expect most of what happens. I just loved it so damn much. We watched all the way to the last season. Now the thing is, it was so packed full of information and plot twists that I just couldn't take it anymore. I didn't understand what was happening, so that's why I stopped watching the last season, because I didn't want to watch it and not understand it. That I loved the series, but there was so much information that I was so damn confused. So I have decided to rewatch the whole entire thing from the very beginning so that I can understand the ending. I usually watch anime with my boyfriend, Alex. You've probably seen him in one of my videos. He didn't really like Attack on Titan all that much. He enjoyed it, but not as much as I did. I'd say this is also injected into my veins. I mean, I just want to rewatch and I know I'm gonna enjoy it. So yeah. Hell's Paradise is another dark fantasy action, and we have Gabimaru, the main character. He is a deadly assassin, a criminal that has, a ninja actually, that has been sentenced to death. The government, or whoever runs the place, decides to take the best criminals and send them to this mysterious, mythical, fantastical island so that they can get the elixir of life from there. This is very gory, a lot of blood, and very descriptive in that sense. I was hooked. I loved the graphics, the idea, the whole thing that happens on that island. I loved season 1, and I remember it ended in a cliffhanger. Anyhow, I was just so eager for season 2. Now, when season 2 appeared, I had an issue that I have with most anime that I watch. I forget what happened. I just cannot remember for the life of me anything. And why don't they have a minute of recap? You know, I need that. And I watched YouTube recap videos of the first season of Hell's Paradise. I mean, yeah, okay, remember, but I don't remember everything. I just feel like I'm confused when I watch season 2 and I'm just not into the story, and I hate that about anime. Either way, I feel like this was part of the rewatch in session. Even though season 2 didn't get me very intrigued, I know what the reason is, and that wouldn't have happened if I were to watch the whole thing in one go. I might rewatch it because I really want to watch season 2 as well. Welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun is a little bit of a light-hearted anime. It's a fantasy comedy, a fan com. Yeah, it's about this boy, Iruma, who's been sold by his parents to a devil. But instead of eating him, the devil cherishes him and treats him like his own child and sends him to demon school. But he's a human. And it's just so heartwarming and funny. You can feel that it's towards a younger audience. I suppose this is shonen as well. It's a little bit slow at times. The development slows down sometimes. That happens with Naruto too, from time to time. It's just how shonen works. We've watched quite a bit of it. Almost all of it, I think. It was really cozy. Like, sometimes things happen, sometimes things didn't happen, but you don't really care because you just are there for the ride. I feel like it was worth it. I wouldn't particularly rewatch it, but I definitely think that it was worth it. Grand Blue is yet again a very unique anime. It is just pure comedy. My boyfriend loves this series. I feel like at some point I want a little bit of, action. I am more for action pieces of entertainment. I like, fast-paced, action-packed series, whatever they are, anime, books, whatever. But Alex is more for the slice of life type anime, and this is definitely a slice of life. We have this guy that moves out of his hometown to a seaside town for university, but he just gets swept up into the chaos of the diving club there. And this is basically about the people that are part of the diving club. The graphics are also funny. It has some weird subjects now and again. I enjoyed it, but it's not my favorite one. Not because it's bad, but because it's just not my genre. I'd say it's an okay, just because it's not my style, but I'm sure a lot of people would enjoy it. The next series is Jojo's Bizarre Adventures. It follows the family members, like generations of the Joestar family. In this world, they have stands, which are unique abilities, and you just go through generations of this family and their stories, who they encounter. Now, I only watched part 6, which is Stone Ocean, and that follows Jolene, who's been wrongly imprisoned in a high-security prison, but because she's been framed for a crime. This has such a different vibe. Like, it's unique for sure. I remember I haven't finished this part of Jojo. I don't really remember why, but I definitely want to rewatch it, and I just want to watch the whole entire series all together. I was just drawn to it because the main character was a girl, and I just really liked her. I'd say rewatch in session, because I really enjoyed it. We have plus-size Misadventures in Love. And this anime, oh my god, it got on my very last nerve. I don't really know what genre this is. This is a rom-com, but also thrillery. It follows Kara, a girl who had very low self-esteem. She tried to delete her soul. She didn't succeed in that. She wakes up a totally different person because she was very, very depressed before, but once she comes back from this situation, she is a ray of sunshine, literally. She likes everyone. She loves to dress up. She's such a sweetheart. And we just love the vibe of it. She goes back to her, workplace, and we just get to know her life. We have a romantic interest here. It was annoying because you didn't get to something. They were like just on and off weird vibes, but I like that. That wasn't the bad part. The bad part was the thriller aspect, because you are finding out that things have happened a certain way. They might have not happened that way. When you get to the very final part where we find out, like, what happened? The season ends, and in season 2, we just don't go back to it. Like, it was so damn annoying. This is definitely in anime jail. Like, I enjoyed it, but I was so frustrated, and I just don't want to watch season 2. Like, after I watched one episode of season 2, I was like, okay, I don't want to know anymore. Like, it was so gaslighting. Demon Slayer is another one of my absolute favorite anime. The graphics are insane. We also have movies. The very last movie, I don't know the names. The very last movie you'll see here, I loved this. I went to 6DX movie. Anyway, they sprayed water in my face. And when they get stabbed, I get stabbed in the back. So those types of IMAX movie, whatever, I loved it. Anime follows Tanjiro, a boy. His family gets killed by demons while he's out and about working. And when he gets back, he was obviously devastated. But one of his sisters is not dead. But she has been transformed in a demon. The thing is, he loves his sister so damn much, he vows he's going to turn her back into a human. Even though he doesn't know how that works, he doesn't know about demons, he knows absolutely nothing. And we are going along for the ride. Him figuring out how to save his sister, but also take revenge on the one who has killed his family, who's a very powerful demon. I'm not gonna say anything else. It's a very long ride. I also have part of the manga. I don't have the whole thing. It's injected into my veins. I cannot wait for the next movie. Or is it the series? Devil is a Part-Timer is a comedic fantasy, let's say. We have the devil who's forced to go in the normal human world and work at McDonald's or something like that. It's nice. I haven't watched a lot of it. I'd say this is worth it. Again, it's not one of my absolute favorites, but I really enjoyed it, and I feel like it's a nice anime to watch. I know a lot of people just love Howl's Moving Castle. I suppose that's because maybe they watched it when they were younger, or they just genuinely enjoyed it. I liked the movie. It was just not for me. It's about Sophie, a witch transforms her into an elder woman, and she wants to get back to her normal form. So she somehow encounters the moving castle. We're just gonna leave it at that. I watched it, I wasn't impressed, but I just think it's a me problem. I wanted a more fast-paced thingy. I expected something else. I would say this is an okay, but again, this is extremely subjective. Like, I think it's my fault for not liking it, and I definitely see why people would love it. Like, it's a nice movie. It's just not for me. My senpai is annoying was so sweet and heartwarming. We have this, she's a woman, but she's really small and she's basically chibi. She's like fun sized. She's really tiny and she gets at this workplace, and the anime is a workplace romance, rom-com or something like that. And she's really annoyed by her overprotective senior colleague, let's say. But she ends up really liking him, and she also confesses that. Anyway, I won't tell you anything. It was so damn heartwarming. We finished it. I don't really remember how it ended. I don't really care. It was so damn sweet. I'd say this is worth it. Just because my favorite genre isn't the slice of life type. I love it. I enjoy it, but it's just not my thing, you know? Spy Family is also a comedy, but it's more action. We have this spy who has a fake family, basically. He has a daughter that's a telepath, and his fake wife is also secretly an assassin. They all hide their identities from each other, and it's just a chaos, but is also very fun. We haven't watched all of this. I don't know how much we've watched, though. I'd say this is okay. But again, this is very subjective. It can definitely be just worth it and people will love it. I just didn't stick to it. I enjoyed it in the beginning, but then I just, I fell off the excitement. So it's an okay, but I'd recommend it anyway. I started watching One Piece pretty recently because my boyfriend watched it and loved it, and he just wanted to rewatch it with me. So we got to Skype. I like it. I still believe Naruto is better for me, in my opinion, but they have a certain similar vibe. This is an epic adventure, let's say, and the main character is Luffy, who has eaten a devil fruit, and he's literally really gummy, basically. He wants to become the biggest pirate and find the One Piece, which is this treasure. And we're just going along for the ride. It's really fun. It's very fantastical. I feel like this is a rewatching session, even though I haven't finished it yet, but I'm still like putting it into rewatch because I'm enjoying it. Hunter x Hunter, I've watched up until the whole arc with the ants. I hated the arc with the ants. I don't know what point that is in the series. I've watched quite a bit of it. This is about Gon, who wants to become a hunter and also find his father. So we're just going along for the ride. This is also shonen, as well as One Piece, also shonen. We have found family, we have dangerous trials and enemies. So I'd say this is fast-paced, but also relaxing. I'd say definitely worth it. Dr. Stone is very different from other anime I've watched. This is about this guy who is a literal genius. And he wakes up thousands of years after the humanity has been turned to stone, basically. And because he's a genius, he literally rebuilds civilization on his own. Well, he ends up having other people with whom he does that. Anyway, I loved the idea of this series. It's just every episode you learn something new. You feel like you are also in a class. We watched season 1, but it was very heavily on learning how to, do stuff and rebuild civilization and have a radio and all that. That I felt like the development of the plot was a little bit stagnant. I liked it, but I feel like it lacked on the plot at some point, and we didn't watch season 2. It's worth it though. I don't know. No, it's worth it. I really liked it while I was watching it. My Dress Up Darling is also a rom-com, I think. We have this boy who wants to become a professional doll maker? Craftsman? A Hina doll craftsman, basically. And this girl that is into cosplay. So he helps her with her costumes, and they just, they are into each other. It's really heartwarming. I'd say this is worth it. I've watched only season 1 though. Oh my god, Mu Kochan. I'm so sad that there is not a season 2. I think they're not going to continue the series. And that being said, I need to get the manga then. Like, why haven't I thought of that? I just loved this anime. It's about this girl that can see ghosts or demons, basically. This is a horror comedy, supernatural genre, perhaps. And also, she doesn't confront the ghosts and spirits she sees. She just ignores them. Because if she ignores them, they don't know that she can see them. This isn't injected into my veins. I kept wondering if season 2 is going to be out. I just think they won't make it. I need to get the manga. Hokkaido Gals Are Super Adorable is another slice of life type anime. It is a rom-com, and we have this boy that moves to Hokkaido, a snowy place in Tokyo. And then we have this girl that is sort of into him. She's into fashion, and she's, she looks really nice. She's a very pretty girl. It's very sweet. In an anime, you don't really get to be satisfied with the romance part. Like, it's a lot of, back and forth, and you never really get to them being a thing, like a couple. They're just like into each other, and yeah, that's how anime work usually. I'd say this is worth it. I enjoyed it. I haven't watched much of Death Parade, but I definitely should. It's about this bar where people are being sent after they die so that they reveal their true nature and get sent to heaven or hell. And there are games there, like trials. I don't know how much I watched it. It was such a long time ago. I'm just gonna put it somewhere here. I really like the series, and it's definitely a rewatching session. I was crazy about Tokyo Revengers, but with this one it's quite weird because I watched the episodes that were out when the anime was out. I don't know how many I watched. Then I was so crazy about it that I read the manga, and I read, and I don't think they are now in the anime where I was in the manga. And I lost interest in watching the anime because I just read all the manga. So I feel like reading manga before anime isn't for me. It's not the same with books. When I read books, I can watch them, but I cannot really read the book after watching the movie, I'm kind of weird with that, so now I want to read manga that doesn't have an anime. It's an action drama, I think, and it's about this guy that realizes he can go back in time to his middle school years, and he wants to change time so that he avoids a very bad situation that happens in prison time. And that's like the thing. We have high school gangs, middle school gangs. That's weird. I'm just sad that I read the manga because I want to watch the anime, but maybe you know what? Maybe I'm just gonna watch it. I'd say this is a rewatching session for sure. Parasyte was so damn good. I watched it such a long time ago. I literally don't remember much. I just think it's time for a rewatch. It's about this guy whose hand gets inhabited by a parasite, like an alien thingy, and they need to coexist, and they start to fight other parasites that want to prey on humans. I liked this. Definitely a rewatching session. One Punch Man is also shonen. The drawing style is really funny. The main character, he's drawn in a way that makes it really funny. It's about Saitama, who's so damn powerful that he defeats any of his enemies with a single punch. And he's very bored because he's just so powerful. This is not really my style, but I still liked it. I'd say this is an okay, but again, very subjective. A Whisker Away is a movie, not really an anime series. It's an anime movie? This is about a girl that realizes she can turn into a cat when she wears a certain cat mask. And she uses that to turn into a cat to spend more time with the boy she has a crush on. But then we're getting to the situation where she might not be able to go back to being a human. This was a very sweet anime. I just enjoyed watching it. It was relaxing. It had meaning as well. So I'd say this is worth it. Black Clover is another shonen type series. It's quite similar to Naruto in a sense, like the vibe, not really what happens. It's about this boy Asta that doesn't have any magical powers in a world where, everyone has magical powers. He is just so weak. Somehow he realizes that he has a sort of magic, but it's actually anti-magic. And we have also a demon found family. It sort of resembles Harry Potter in a way. This isn't injected into my vein. Another season is going to be released soon. That time I got reincarnated as a slime, and I don't have the other one here, but there's also that time I got reincarnated as a vending machine. So this genre, I don't know how it's called, simulation, whatever. This is so weird, but so fun. We watched quite a bit of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It resembles a game, like stuck in a game, because you go through different levels. I liked it. The name is quite self-explanatory. I watched just a couple episodes with the one with the vending machine, but still I enjoyed it. I feel like it's worth it. I liked it. Dun has been all over social media and people love it, so I decided to give it a try. I feel like the graphics are great, and graphics in anime has evolved so much, so it's an experience for sure. It's about these two colleagues that argue whether aliens and ghosts are real, and it turns out both are real. One of them gets cursed in a way, and he kind of has to live with it. It's very funny sometimes, it's very weird sometimes. It just didn't stick to me. It's just not for me for some reason, but I liked it to an extent. So I'd say this is an okay, like yeah, okay, it's good, but I'm not sure. Komi Can't Communicate is about this girl that has severe social anxiety and she literally cannot communicate, but she wants 100 friends and she has one that will help her get to 100 friends. This can be really fun to watch. I liked the episodes I watched, but at some point I got bored. I wouldn't say this is a bad anime, I just wasn't for me, you know? Jujutsu Kaisen is really good. It's really good. It's about this guy Itadori that swallows cursed object to save his friends at high school. He ends up being very powerful due to those cursed objects. And then he attends a Jujutsu high school to learn how to use that power and also be supervised. I watched it without breathing. Now the thing is, as always, I waited a lot for the last season that just came out, and I don't understand anything from that season. Like, there's a game and I do not understand the rules of the game, and then there is this other god. I don't understand his thing either. It's a girl anyway. Even though I'm very confused and I didn't really like the last season, I didn't watch it. I watched like 2 and 3 episodes and I was really confused. This is an injected into my veins and I'm definitely gonna rewatch because I want to understand the last season, right? I watched Blue Exorcist such a long time ago. I don't remember much apart from the fact that the main character is actually the son of the devil, but he kind of rejects that and trains to become an exorcist. I remember I enjoyed it so much. It's definitely a rewatching session. Solo Leveling has this game simulation vibe. It's this guy that is really weak in the world of hunters. They enter this like black hole thingies that transport them to alternate places where there are monsters and they need to kill them so that they level up as hunters. Now the main character is really weak. He needs money, so he goes on this quest, and while on one of these quests, he gains a crazy ability that allows him to become very, very, very strong. I love this. I cannot wait for season 2. I just am really into game simulation type plots and stories. I just finished reading Villains Are Destined to Die. And this is also a game simulation, like the main character gets trapped in a game. And I just love that trope. It's one of my favorite tropes. Definitely uninjected into my veins. Martial Magic and Muscles. It's about this guy that doesn't have any magic whatsoever. Everyone has at least a little bit of magic. He doesn't have none at all. But he has extremely powerful muscles. And he kind of, overcomes not having magic with being really powerful. I remember he eats a lot of choux à la crème thingies. And I want to give that dessert a try. But it's just not for me. I'd say it's an okay. Like, I'm definitely sure a lot of people love it. It's just not my genre. Finally, we have Boruto, which is, what happens after Naruto. This is an ongoing series. I watched 200 something episodes, even more. You can't really watch this without watching Naruto. It's basically the life of Naruto's son. It's weird. Like, the dynamics are really weird. You're not expecting for them to act that way because Naruto was so damn cool. It's slow in the beginning, a lot of filler. You don't really like the main character, but then it gets better, but it's just not the same as Naruto. I'd say, I won't say it's worth it, because I don't think it is. But if you are such a big fan of Naruto as I am, you will want to watch this either way. So this is the final ranking. It looks wrong, because I know I've watched more series, but it is what it is, I just cannot remember them. And I'm realizing I liked almost all of them. I just love anime, and I feel like it's really hard for them to be extremely bad, you know? Like, you will like something about it. They're sweet, they're nice, they're fast paced. You just, you enjoy them. I would love to get some anime recs from you, so please tell me in the comment section. As well, let me know if you'd want me to do this with K-dramas that I've watched, because I've watched quite a few of those. Not as many though, I need to watch more. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want more of me, I am streaming on Twitch every week, so you can go follow me there. We yap a lot, we paint, we yap more, we paint, we play some games too, so yeah. Thank you for watching, have a wonderful day.